Okay, it is the reset up after the initial reset up. I had set the tanks up, both of them, a little while ago, and a few weeks back. Actually, it was last month, end of last month, middle toward. Started setting them up and had water running for a while. Went out and got a couple fish, to get the tank ready and everything. And finally went and got the fish that I wanted to go into these tanks. Took an hour-and-a-half ride out to Waldorf and got fish that I had been trying to get for a few years now. The ornatum, some wild-caught festes, and an atromaculatum. The ornatums and atromac is very rare to the hobby. A lot of people don't even know about them or have heard of them. And so, spent a lot of money on those fish. Took the ride, almost a 2-hour ride, and got them home and, floated them. Things were going well for a few days, and then I started noticing flesh bacteria. So I treated the tank. It looked like it was doing okay for a couple days, and then it just got worse. It was all downhill from there. And long story short, I lost all of my fish. There was about 7 fish, and between those 7 fish, I think it was roughly around close to $300 I spent just on those 7 fish. And I was really down for a while after that, for a few weeks, and then I said, you know what, let's start over, maybe with not wild caught fish, because probably they were stressed out and caught a bacteria infection and just couldn't fight it off. Everything was fresh in the tank, so I didn't really cycle, hadn't had time to cycle and, build up the necessary bacterias to keep them healthy. And that was another thing, I think, maybe where I went wrong. I immediately started doing like 25% and 50% water changes when I started noticing, spots and stuff like that on the bodies. And it just, couldn't build up the bacteria that was needed to get, to keep them healthy. Lost all the fish. Long story short, started over a few weeks ago. I've had some of these fish in this tank now for probably going on 2 weeks. Some of them a week. But everything is going well so far. I'm not noticing any spots or anything like that. That little feste there is just really nice. Surprised I caught that at House of Tropics when I did. And had this fish about a week or so. And he's starting to color up, doing really well. One of the more dominant fish in the tank. You see the reds in him. That's a blue convict. First time I saw those. But that fish got a lot of color in it. Got a little Texas cichlid. Got a green terror in there. A Midas. It's a Midas you're looking at right there. Just the smallest fish in the tank. And one of the more feistier fish. And even though it's more aggressive breeds in here, like the the Feste and the I got a red tiger in here, red tiger Motaguensi, but he likes to hide. There he is right there. Little fish, got a lot of color in him. He chases around some of the fish that's a little bigger than him, but they got some nice colors in them. And got a little green terror in there. He's one of the more bigger fish. And mind you, none of these fish is more than 2 inches. These are like 2-inch fish. You know, this little Midas here up front, you see he's not shy fish at all. He's about, you see he's the smallest fish. He's probably about 1.25 inches or so. I got a Selvini in there, or Selvini, however you want to pronounce it. He's the biggest fish in the tank. And so by him being the biggest fish, he's the most dominant for right now, until that red tiger gets some size on him, and probably that Feste catches up to him equal size. But everything is going well right now. Got a little air going in there. I'm about to feed these guys. I didn't feed them at all yesterday just because I want to get them kind of on a balanced eating schedule, and I also want them to stay healthy and not just eat every time they see me come to the tank, because I've been feeding them twice a day. I'll do the cichlid sticks, and then I'll do like some shrimp. I had some jumbo krill. Now I got baby shrimp. This is the same stuff essentially, but so about to do a feeding so you can see how these guys respond to getting fed. Hand me that, Paul. Yeah. Well, I can do that. Hold this for me. Stand back a little bit. You can really see the colors in that little Feste. Those reds are coming out in his fins. Really nice. And that orange stripe that the green terrors get, really nice. You can see like the lighter colors in that blue convict in his fins. See right around his nice fish, really nice fish. Colors up blue with some light colors.
Daddy, how did that other fish get out of the tank?
The Selvini haven't really showed any kind of colors. I really got that fish. He was the first fish that I got for this tank, just to try to start a bacterial system in this tank, and I hadn't really planned on keeping this fish in this tank, but he's there. Really doesn't show the colors that a lot, most of the time Selvanis show, and the red in the belly and in the finnage, but we'll see what happens. And that's my setup for right now. I'll show this tank again in a few weeks after they put on a little bit more size and hopefully some more color. We'll see what that Salvina looks like in a couple of weeks. I'm out.